Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Firehouse Podcast. Um, this is the first podcast, so I don't expect it to be like a very long one. Pretty much what I'm going to be doing in this podcast is just talking about some of the stories talking about some of the stories that I've seen and am reading on the internet. Pretty much just like fire news around the country and certain fire news in my area. I am a firefighter in upstate South Carolina, so it's quite rural, very small town. Um, yeah, I will be having a couple of guests at some point. Some of the firefighters from my department, I'm sure, would love to be a part of this. Trying to think of what else I would really need to address. At some point in the near future, not only will we have an audio only option, like this episode is gonna be, um, but I down or not downloaded shit. Bought some new microphones, so maybe I'll have some better audio. I will be recording some, so you'll have like actual episodes, not just an audio only episode. So you'll be able to see me and my guest if I have a guest that episode. Yeah, feel like that touches base pretty well. Most of the stories that I will be talking about, like for firefighter news over the country, this is not like like some what's the thing that I'm trying to think of? It's not like a suck up to this website, but thedailydispatch.com got a whole bunch of news stories from events all over the world relating to fire and fire departments. Um, some of these have videos, other ones don't, or just pictures, but that does give like a little summary as to what has happened. So not only will I be sharing stories myself that I have like been a part of, my guests that I have on certain episodes might do that too, but I will also be going over some of these uh, news stories on the Daily Dispatch. So, excuse me. The first one I'm seeing is Kansas Fire Department releases new video from fire at recycled mattress business. Alright, so it says Fire Department released a new video showing the intensity of a fire at a recycled mattress business on Tuesday. So that would have been what? Tuesday. So maybe okay. I don't know. I can't remember. Tuesday was I don't know. According to bystanders reporting large amounts of smoke and fire coming from the business, firefighters noticed a large glow and smoke plume as they left the station. The first crew on scene reported heavy fire coming from the business. I feel like that's like a given, being that it's at a mattress plant or a mattress business. I feel like you're gonna have a large plume of smoke from anywhere. Being that mattresses are made from like synthetic material, it's gonna burn, and it's gonna burn good. Immediately took a defensive approach. The response was upgraded, and mutual aid from multiple agencies was requested. I feel like that's also a given. I don't know why you have to request. Maybe that's just the way that we do things around my part of the United States. Is probably because since we're such like a small county, um, we do automatic aid. So like if it's just a single house fire, they automatically. I mean, they dispatch the fire department that's in that area, like, or they dispatch the fire department that's has that fire in their area. Um, and then they automatically dispatch at least one, maybe two of the next closest fire departments automatically. So maybe because this is Kansas, I don't know what part of Kansas. Could be Kansas City. I have no idea. Um, but they might be a bigger department. They might have more crew and stuff to make it to where you have to request from a different or multiple agencies. Firefighters encountered numerous hazards, including downed power lines, explosions, high heat, and fire that spread to nearby businesses. Well, with a fire that's probably pretty big, um, at a mattress business, again, synthetic material, it's going to burn very well. You're going to have probably explosions due to like the pressure or whatever that's like inside something. I don't know. I've never encountered a mattress business um, fire, but I can kind of make maybe not an educated guess, but like a theory as to why there are explosions. High heat, obviously, synthetic material. It's gonna burn. It's gonna burn good. Um, and fire that spread to nearby businesses. I'm gonna guess this is in like some kind of like suburban outlook, so maybe like a strip mall. Um, yeah, it's gonna spread to other businesses. Same with just like suburban townhouses. They are placed so closely together. Um, you're almost guaranteed to have at least two, maybe three exposures on a suburban house. Because you got one to the left and the right, and then depending on how big the backyards are, if there are any backyards, then a third one on the seaside, the backside. Um, Rehabilitation crew at the scene ensured firefighters stayed hydrated, checked their vitals, blah blah blah. There is a video. Sorry guys. The audio cut off for a second. As I was saying, it says that there's a video, but I don't. Email article, view full article. Aha, here we go. Oh, so now I can see whether this is like an actual department like that should have had automatic mutual aid dispatched, or if it's like a department that could have just requested it, and see what kind of setting it's in. Why is this video not playing? I don't know, it's not playing. Whatever. But my county, we had something similar to that. We had a fire. I think it was 4 years ago. This month, 4 years ago this month. It was a giant trash bag plant. Um, so they had like 18-wheeler trailers full of trash bags and stuff. And can't remember the cause as to why. But I remember, excuse me, I remember uh, it was burning good. It was burning very well, like big, thick plume of smoke going up into the air. Um, huge fire, just a huge fire. I remember seeing pictures of it. There was smoke going over my house and pretty much over everywhere in my town for a solid day. And then I think the fire itself burned for 2 days. I think it was 2 days. Um, but after like a full day of trying to douse this thing in water, we realized there wasn't anything we were gonna do about it. So we just had to protect the exposures, or if there were any, protect the exposures, um, and keep it contained in just a certain area, and then let itself burn out, which is why it was burning for multiple days. Um, yeah, it was pretty big fire. Um, Next story. AT helmets help preserve firefighting history in Wisconsin City. I feel like that would apply to not just firefighting history in one Wisconsin city, but all fire departments, especially like along the East Coast and like all fire departments in the country. Because everybody started out with those fancy, teeny tiny antique helmets that probably didn't do too much to help you. Um, Two pieces of local firefighting history are being safeguarded. Spotlighted its latest uh, alarm boxes, badges, tactical gear, other tools that date back more than 100 years. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I might be sorely mistaken. Oh, wow. I am sorely mistaken. I was thinking like fire helmets from like the 40s, 50s, 60s, but no, these are from the one helmet in the picture is dated from 1860 to 1875, and the other one is dated from 1927. Wow, that's that's crazy that people have held on to these things for that long. I wish I had something like that. I think my dad had something like that. I'm not sure. Brother, what the hell is happening? What What do you mean? I'm so confused. It's like my stuff's not working. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're back. Okay. Um, New York City deploys drones to warn residents of weather. I have all the respect in the world for the New York City Fire Department. Um, but I don't really think that their weather would be that bad to have full-on drones that go around and warn the population of weather. Oh no, there's going to be some rain. There's an app for that. There's news. You don't need drones to go around blaring announcements of light showers coming within the next 20 minutes. New Yorkers seeing the worst of the storm. I always notice. Is this talking about the tropical storm? I have no idea. Tri-state area, blah, 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 is the target right now. Right now, you may have maybe an hour's notice, and you know it's going to hit you very hard with a buzzing sound in the background, indicating like the drone was flying or whatever. A drone equipped with a loudspeaker flies over homes, warning people who live in basement or ground floor apartments about impending heavy rains. Be prepared to leave your location. Why? Oh, if flooding occurs. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Specific neighborhoods are prone to flooding. Okay, never mind. I'll quit talking my shit. It still kind of confuses me. I mean, like, I guess you can see it, but, like, I feel like an hour's notice is pretty good. Just, like, to let people know that, like, there's a flood watch or a flood warning or something like that. Facebook is a great tool for little community announcements or citywide announcements, especially if we're in New York City. I'm sure that they have like Facebook pages for certain like boroughs. Like I'm sure Manhattan has their own Facebook page. Brooklyn, all that stuff. I bet you they have their own Facebook page. Um, so like, yeah, I'm sure you could just like make those announcements an hour ahead of time through Facebook, or like send out an alert on their phones and be like, hey, just a heads up, we're getting some rain, might be some floods. So if you're on ground level homes, don't be on ground level. Get upstairs just in case, or whatever. Let's talk about something. Actually, I just thought of something that we probably should talk about. Or I should talk about. The Tropical Storm Debbie, Hurricane Debbie, whatever the hell its name is. It hit Florida. I will actually go look at some news stories from Florida to see if there's anything about Hurricane Debbie or whatever. But I just saw this other one that caught my eye, and which made me think about that tropical storm. Um, I'm sure resources were stretched thin for everywhere that got hit. Um, this one is Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina. Fire department cleans up after tropical storm Debbie floods a fire station. Wow. Charleston Fire Department, Station 8, excuse me, is being cleaned up after is being cleaned up after floodwaters from Tropical Storm Debbie flooded the building. In a postman on Facebook, Charleston Fire Department crew is shown diligently working to restore their facility this week after crews were relocated prior to the flooding. Firefighters have mopped floors, removed water-damaged equipment, and organized supplies, while continuing to serve their community. Good for them. I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard to manage cleaning up your entire station after it gets completely flooded. Um, After it gets completely flooded and stuff, and then still continuing to answer um, calls after that. Um, Especially after being relocated to a different station, because your station was probably going to get hit. And it's probably hard to see, because I know Charleston Fire Department, I know for a fact that they're a paid department, so you spend a lot of your time there, you practically live there, that's your second home. So I assume it must be rough seeing a place where you spend a quarter of your time being flooded and stuff. Um, I'm looking at Florida's, and it doesn't seem to have any stories about the hurricane that hit them. Firefighter and wildlife crews rescue an injured sea turtle on Jensen Beach. No, I'm not really seeing a whole lot. What other states should we look at? You got Hawaii. Let's check out Hawaii's fire departments. will not be able to pronounce a whole lot, if any, of these Hawaiian town names. Brush fire that is 100% contained. 2 acres burned. All evacuations lifted. Maui Fire Department says brush fire in some town I can't pronounce that prompted evacuations is now 100% contained. Good for them. I mean, I feel like brush fires are not that big of a deal, especially when they're small like that. Because you have some dry areas of the United States, like the Midwest, especially during summer, or like late summer, early fall, whenever it's still pretty warm, but very, very dry, like after the rainy season. It gets really dry, and farms and other things, they just light up and they burn for a long ways. Yeah. Fire chiefs from across western Pennsylvania gather for new training in new technology. New mobile trailer technology offers firefighters new ways to train. Trying to see like if it says what it is. The change in focus is from gasoline powered vehicles to electric vehicles. That is a really big difference because it's a lot harder to put out. Like an electric battery powered vehicle is a lot harder to put those out than gas. Because I think, excuse me. I think it takes, I can't remember the exact amount of water, but it takes a lot of water to put out an electric vehicle fire. Whereas just a regular vehicle, one that's gas powered, I mean, it still does take a lot of water to put that out, just not as much, and it's not as time consuming as a battery or an electric vehicle. Um, yeah. Well, I reckon this is it for the first episode. Yeah, if you guys have any stories you want to have talked about, share our opinions on them, or share my opinion on them, feel free to send a personal message on Facebook. That link is somewhere on the channel page, as well as the link to our website and our GoFundMe, which helps, it donates money to firefighters in need, um, firefighters in need of like, uh, help paying their medical bills and such. We also have a Discord channel, where you could also message us on Facebook, and like message us your Discord username, and we can add you into that. There's text channels and voice channels where you can vocally communicate with other people, and the entire point of it is to have firefighters from all over the United States come together and share their experiences and talk about some of the mental problems that they have to deal with. And it's pretty much just a place where they can leave some of these problems and not have to take it home and force it upon their family, or not necessarily make their family not have to deal with it, because I feel like talking to your family can help with that, but it's also just a place to communicate with people who might have experienced the same thing, um, and might make you feel a little bit better about that situation. Um, so yeah, that does that does it for, I think, the first episode. There will be updates posted on the Facebook page. Just go on Facebook and look up the Firehouse Podcast. Um, and it should be the very first result that shows up. Also in the Facebook, there's a link to also this YouTube channel in case you want to have some of your Facebook people come and listen in. And the link for the GoFundMe is also on Facebook, and I think I am in the works of adding it to the YouTube links as well. So, all right, that does it. I think that covers everything. Yeah. All right. Well, see ya.